Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another beautiful Monday afternoon, Monday morning, depending on where you are. Good afternoon, good morning. Hello to everyone. Paragene is in the chat, says good evening. Wow, we didn't even cover that one. Good evening as well. Yes, indeed. AMO Alex is here, says hello everyone. Hello Alex, how are you? And Rolls Scrap Materials to Miniature Souvenir Items is here. It says hello to all and watching now. I love that screen name. That's perfect. I love it. FPV Kev is here. It says hi all. Hello, my friend. How are you? Welcome. Had a birthday shout out here early on. Mr. Fancy Pants says it's W's birthday. Yo, W. Happy birthday. Congratulations. One more orbit around the sun. You did it. You made it. This is cool. I got my ISO dialed way down, so I have like all this crazy motion blur. So you guys know I'm kind of like, I move around a lot on these live streams anyway, so you're probably going to see some motion blur here. I'll have to keep dialing that in. We got a new setup for the new computer. New year, new setup. Not a new computer, but nice RAM upgrade, hard drive upgrade, reformat, fresh build of Windows. You know, it's good to do that. I think it's good to do that once a year. It was going on about 2 years, so it was time. It was time to refresh everything. Tom Dunn is in the chat, says, good afternoon, Toby. Good afternoon, Tom. Good to see you in here again. Robin is here. Morning, everyone. Smiley is here. What's up, Smiley? Chris Knudsen is here. Hello, everyone. W says thanks. Thanks for the good birthday wishes. Omri is here. Hello, my friend. Bob Phelps says hello from Iowa. Hello, Bob. PC Arduino is here. Hi, y'all. Hi, Toby. Hello. Meth Lab Nahal is here. My friend on Discord. Lots of Discord interactions with Metab. And let's go. Not quite a whole round year around the sun yet. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll get everybody there. Victor K is here. The champ is here. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here today. What a beautiful Monday. What a great way to start the week. Guys, I had a bit of a rough weekend. We did a camping trip / snowboarding trip. And I am not a young man anymore. That is for sure. You go out snowboarding for a day and you learn that you are not as young as you used to be, right? I think we can all say that with confidence. None of us are as young as we used to be, but man, I am feeling it today, feeling muscles that I didn't even realize I had. And it was a good trip. You know, it's always good to go out camping, go out and get out in the outdoors, get away from technology for the weekend. So that's always fun and always good. And we had great weather for it. Everything was fresh, so that was nice. But wow. And we are also the oldest we've ever been. Yes, that is also true. We are indeed the oldest we have ever been. Game over, says PC Arduino. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, it was a good weekend, though, and we are back now, and we are very excited to be back and to be running the CAD vs. CAD competition that we do every Monday here live on Model Monday Live. So welcome, everyone. Let's get into it here. Today is Monday, January 13th. And we're going to do some CAD modeling practice. We're going to talk a little bit about the tournament. We're going to do 2 CAD speed modeling challenges for you, the chat. We're going to do some updates from the world of TooTallToby and a live solve using ONSHAPE, and of course, hang out with the best chat ever. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much as we head into this new year. Thank you so much to anyone who subscribes to the channel, anybody who does super thanks, anybody who joins the YouTube membership, anybody who likes the videos, anybody who makes tutorials for the channel, anybody who does super chat during these live streams, anybody who does a value for value program, anybody who has signed up for Practice Models Premium, all the students that are out there watching, all the people who take these videos and live streams and share them, all the commentors, anybody who leaves a comment down in the comment section. Thank you. And of course, the whole Discord crew. Thank you all so much for being a part of the world of TooTallToby throughout the year. All of last year, really throughout the years. We've been going for several years now, and we are just getting started with this journey and with this build. So I'm very excited to be here with all of you. I'm very thankful to have all of you here with me on this journey. So thank you all so much, and let's continue on into today's challenge. Elliot Cruz is here, says, hello, familia. Let's model. Yes, indeed. Let's do this. Let's get into it. So for my live solve today, I'm going to do this model. This is one that I posted last week, and there's a little bit of a It's not really a gotcha. I think it's more of a mistake than a gotcha. Some people are giving me credit for this being a gotcha, but I think it's more of a mistake than a gotcha. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what happened last week, how we got such different answers, but we were still able to get a correct answer, and someone was able to earn a point on the Model Monday Live leaderboard. So we'll talk about that as well in the live solve. Don't forget to support the channel before we get started here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. How many people we got watching right now? We got 39 people watching. And how many people we got liking? We got 17 liking. So let's see if we can get that up to a 1-to-1 ratio. Aaron C says, put a 1 in the chat if you like apple chips. And then he says, can you guess what I'm eating right now? Very nice. And Peepo Plays is here. What's up? Welcome, welcome. I like that Pepe icon. Very nice, very nice. All right, guys. And Rob Knightley is here, says like. Yes, yes, indeed. And there was a question, is Mr. Fancy Pants going to be doing the models today? We saw Mr. Fancy Pants in action last week on Friday, and he was an absolute wizard. He just screamed through those models during the tournament. So is Mr. Fancy Pants going to be doing the modeling today? And he says, I will be. Okay, guys, game on, game on. Let's go. Let's see what happens here. All right, guys, don't forget to share and reshare if you're out there. Rambro's Workshop is in the chat. The champ is here. Welcome, welcome. We got the 2023 World Champion here. We got the 2024 World Champion here. There's going to be some fireworks. Let's go. Aaron C says, Fancy has the goods, that's for sure. All right, guys, well, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Let us know in the chat if you're here watching for the first time or competing for the first time. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you a 2D drawing, and we're going to challenge you to take that and turn it into a 3D model, apply the correct material and material density, and calculate the mass, and then enter that mass directly into the YouTube chat. And the first person who gets it right will earn a point. The rules are pretty simple. You can use any 3D CAD package. Make sure you answer with the specified precision, and the first person to answer correctly in the chat will be declared the winner and will earn a point. Carl Grant is here and says, just watching. All good, Carl. You're going to like this. You're going to get hooked, I'm sure. So the first person to answer correctly will be declared the winner, will earn a point. These are our materials. So if you're here for the first time, if you've never done these challenges before, hit the print screen button on your computer, take a screen capture, and make sure that you have these material densities locked in. Eventually, you're going to want to create your own custom material library with these material densities so that you can compete every week, and it'll be a very smooth competition. You'll just be able to choose that material. But if this is your very first time, you might have to enter them in on the fly. That's okay. That's just growing pains. LCR Brick Tech is here, says, hi, TooTallToby. Hello, LCR Brick Tech. Great to see you in here once again, my friend. And the advanced rules are, this is meant to be fun and good-spirited. I will make mistakes occasionally, like I'll have a wrong dimension or something will be missing from the geometry. And the Ivan exploit is permitted. If you're not familiar with the Ivan exploit, this is a little trick that users have discovered to maybe create the models a little faster by deviating from exactly what's on the print, saving time, but still coming up with the correct volume. There's some little tricks you can do to do that. It's a little hard to explain. I'm actually in the middle of making a video on this topic with my good friend Aaron C, who's in the chat. He and I have been working on I don't know if I'm going to call it a masterpiece, but I'd say it's pretty much in that class of being a masterpiece. Right up there with Citizen Kane, The Shining, and, Inception. I guess it's probably like somewhere in between those three. So we'll see that video coming out here. Yeah, Aaron C says it perfect. It's my magnum opus, exactly. So we're gonna see that video coming out here sometime, possibly in the future at some point. So be on the lookout for that video explaining what the Ivan exploit is, but that is permitted during these challenges. So here we go. Victor K says, can't wait to see the Ivan exploit video debut in 2026. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Robin says, all joking aside, such as not positioning the hole in a surface that may not impact the volume. Exactly. So just to clarify and kind of illustrate this point that Robin is asking about. So let's say we've got a block here and the block has parallel faces on the top and the bottom. So you've got a parallel face here and a parallel face here. And then I put a hole in this block in the drawing and the hole is located here. And there's an X dimension or a Y dimension here. And then there's an X dimension here moving over in this direction. So you have to locate the hole in X and in Y in these directions. Well, the reality is that this hole could be located anywhere on this plate. If this hole was located over here and you did the cut extrude, you'd still be removing the same amount of material because that top and bottom face are parallel. So some users have discovered that you could skip the step of adding in these dimensions and still come up with the correct mess. And although that works here in these speed modeling challenges that we do, you would not make any friends in the shop if you tried to pull this in the real world. So if your goal in being part of this community is to get better at CAD, then just make the models the right way. But you know, I can't do anything to stop you. If you do the Ivan exploit, you're still gonna get the correct mass, and you're gonna enter that in the YouTube chat, and you're still gonna get the point. So literally, Aaron Cease literally just screenshot this clip, and there's your Ivan exploit video. Yeah, maybe we'll include that. You know, maybe we'll add that into the workflow. Who knows? Into this video. That'll be we call it, me and Aaron call that B-roll in the biz. All right, guys, as soon as I show you guys this 2D print, the challenge will begin. So here we go. This first Model Monday Live challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? The tolerance on this one is plus or minus 2 grams. This is made out of red oak, our most recent addition to the TooTallToby material choices, red oak. So what is the mass of this part? If you're here for the first time, what you want to do is grab a screen capture of this model, put it over on your second screen so you can continue modeling. We're going to continue presenting here after I take a sip of my delicious beverage. But you guys can grab a screen capture of this so you can try to model it up. This part's called 25-01-22. Liam P. Liam P is the name of this part. And this is millimeters part using red oak, 570 kilograms per cubic meter. Good luck. Good luck. And not really Ivan exploitable. Not on this. I mean, look, this one actually is if you really get clever. The problem is a lot of times you'll spend more time trying to get clever than you would spend if you just model it straight. Robin, does that mean you are going to do the next teen tournament? All right, let's see. Yeah, my student did the same in our home competition. We added all sketch must be constrained. Yeah, that's nice too. Wow. I'm not even, Victor K, I'm not even off of this screen yet. Victor K is already coming in. Maybe he just looked at the print and guessed. That's probably what happened. He probably just looked at the screen and guessed and didn't even go through and model it. He just said, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can guess what the answer is. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to flip back to the presentation. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of TooTallToby. This is a tier 3 model. It's not the most complex. It's not the least complex. It's middle level complex. And let's see what we got. I love that we have answers coming in already. We're barely off of the preview screen and we already got answers coming in. He gave me, Victor K says, you gave me the hint. You can use Ivan exploit if you're clever. My heavily exploited model is just a series of disjoint volumes in random places. Yeah. Yep, that could have Victor K showing some, giving some hints, some tips and tricks to the crowd. You could definitely do it that way. But here's a bonus point question. I'm not gonna, I thought about maybe giving a bonus point for this. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll give a bonus point for Model Monday Live. Let me think here. I think we're feeling kind of sassy here today, right? It's a beautiful Monday. I gotta make a note if I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wait and then I'll do the bonus point at the end because if there's people working right now, I don't want to mess them up. FPV Kev says, oh golly, I lost all my custom materials when SolidWorks updated to 2025. Yeah, well, that can happen, bro. If you store your information in a standalone directory, then it should be pretty easy to recover that. And you're just gonna go into options, file locations, and then you can point to it. All right, here we go. Now the bonus, no, Aaron C says, well, dang, now I'm gonna fix my model for the bonus point. Now the bonus point is gonna be trivia. It's not gonna be modeling, so. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a bonus point here. Model Monday Live bonus point on the leaderboard. So guys, don't forget to support the channel, like and subscribe, share and reshare. Support the channel. This is the best way to do it. Hit the like button. 47 people watching right now. Let's see what we got for our like count. 22 people liked so far. Let's see if we can get that up to the ratio of 1-to-1, the magic ratio. And share and reshare. Go up to one of your coworkers and say, hey, you use CAD, right? You like CAD? We all like CAD here. We should watch Model Monday Live together on Mondays. We should do our lunch together in the conference room, and we should watch Model Monday Live. Although everybody should be watching on their own account and on several devices. Pro move. We should do Model Monday Live together. We can challenge each other, see who can do it the fastest. So tell one coworker about the thing, and then about the channel, and then join the party. There's some ways, if you want to support the channel financially, there's some great ways to do it. You can sign up for Practice Models Premium. That's our premium app over at TooTallToby.com/practice. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. You can join the YouTube channel. That's another way you could support financially. Or you could take a training class with Toby. These are all great ways to support your local 3D CAD competition esports tournament host, as they always say. So these are some good ways that you can do it. You can become an ultra super fan. And one way you can do that is you can hit the join button. There is a membership join button down at the bottom. There's a special bonus if you join at the level of buy me a coffee. We'll talk about that special bonus in just a little bit as well. And there's also some special icons that you'll get when you use them here in the chat. You get a special TooTallToby icon and some other icons for GG and the victory cap. And what else is going on? We got the high school tournament that we kind of led this thing off talking about. It started last week on Friday, January 10th. That match is now over, and we are on to January 17th. This is all featuring students from LeGrand High School in LeGrand, California. And this all came about because of our friend of the show, Mesa Makes, aka Corey Mesa. He's in the chat right now, hanging out. He came to me and said, listen, I got a class full of OnShape wizards. They want to do a tournament. Let's make this happen. Let's figure out what we can do to make it happen. So we're going to live stream every Friday at 1 p.m. East Coast until this tournament is complete and we officially have a high school champion. The live streams are listed here on the YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube channel and look at playlists, you can sign up for that, or on TooTallToby.com/calendar if you want to get the calendar appointments. And you can see here that the first matchup occurred on Friday. It was with Smiley and the JS. They led things off. It was absolutely epic to watch them. The JS is a Spider-Man fanatic. His favorite drink is Dr. Pepper. He's an artist. He's a bookworm. But it was the Smiley who took down that match. So Smiley moves on and officially wins a prize package from 3D Connection, who's putting up the prizes for this tournament. And on the bracket on the right, we saw Mr. Fancy Pants, a 10th grader, going up against NXC, an 11th grader. They were both really, really solid OnShape users, but Mr. Fancy Pants just chopped up those models, especially the second one. It was just like watching an absolute wizard going through and chopping up. So he got a lot of people's attention with that match. He got the attention of a lot of people with that matchup, Mr. Fancy Pants. Nice job. He's in the chat today. And this week on Friday, we're going to see Escalete going up against La La Lambs. And we're going to see Dubya going up against Witch Ho. And Dubya not only has an awesome icon, but also has a birthday today. So happy birthday. Let's put a happy birthday in the chat. Happy birthday. Oops. Happy birthday, Dubya. Congratulations. Happy birthday, my friend. Well done. Well done. And congratulations. Happy birthday, Dubya. PC Arduino. We're going to be doing a match with PC Arduino soon, too, I think. I got a feeling. I've been reading the tea leaves. Nothing official, but the stars are aligning. That is for sure. They all have to go to the next class, unfortunately. All right, that's all right. PC Arduino says, please, please, please. Yes, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen for sure. All right, and what else is going on? Training. Okay, so those matches are done. We're going to be getting together this Friday, January 17th, and I'm looking forward to seeing these matches too. They were awesome matches last week. We've been putting up a lot of video content on the YouTube channel to help our runners as they're going through these challenges, to help them kind of continue to practice, continue to work on their ONSHAPE skills and ONSHAPE fundamentals. One place that you'll see that information posted aside from the YouTube channel is just directly in the Practice Models app. So if you are not familiar with the Practice Models app, this is what it looks like. You go to TooTallToby.com, you sign up for a free account, and then you click here to get started with Practice Models. And then as you go through here, like earlier today, we did this one, it says completed. Underneath the challenge, we've got a tutorial video. So this gives you a bunch of cool tips and tricks, a step-by-step, even on a simple part like this. I mean, we talked about things like how to use the revolve command, how to get a double dimension, how to use a layout sketch, and even how to select through a body, that using the tilde key as a shortcut to select through the body. So you can select regions from that earlier layout sketch, even if they're buried behind other solid geometry. So even though this was just a tier 1, there were still a lot of cool tricks and tips in this video tutorial. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at the Practice Models app yet, check it out, TooTallToby.com. Just once you get to TooTallToby.com, you just sign up right on the main page. And when you sign up for that, you're going to be able to go through and look at the app, look at the different challenges. Some of them are free for anyone who's got a free TooTallToby account, and some of them require premium membership. So you have to you have to sign up and then access the entire library. I think we have like 20 challenges that are free for everyone, and then you can sign up for the premium membership. You can also filter these. So if you're still like right at the very beginning of your CAD journey, you could say, I want to filter this and just show the tier 1 challenges, and then you can up to tier 2, tier 3, and kind of like work your way through the challenges at the different level. All right, and don't forget to check that out, guys, especially those students. Check that out. Check out those tutorials that we're posting. I'll post some more from the 2025 batch as well. And then in the world of training, we do have some SolidWorks sheet metal training coming up next month. I'm going to be posting a few more videos on sheet metal tips and tricks. We love sheet metal. Put a 1 in the chat if you love sheet metal. I know that I love sheet metal, regardless of what CAD system. If you love sheet metal, put a 1 in the chat. And we're going to be doing some sheet metal training next month. I love teaching the sheet metal class. There's just so much cool stuff that you can do with sheet metal, and it's always nice to help people expand their toolkit when it comes to 3D modeling. So check it out, sheet metal training, TooTallToby.com/training. If you're a SolidWorks user, or if you work with any SolidWorks users who need to learn their sheet metal basics, how to create parts with flanges and edge flanges and hems, how to create flat patterns, how to make drawings, how to export to DXF at 1:1 so you can move on to the machining process, be sure to check it out at TooTallToby.com/training, or you can reach out to Vicky directly, Vicky@TooTallToby.com. And we also offer CSWP Prep. If you're out there and you're ever interested in getting your certified SolidWorks professional, we have a self-paced course that you can sign up for. It's $150 USD. It's 5 hours of video. It gives you a sample CSWP prep exam. You download a bunch of training files so you can go through it. You can practice. It's timed, so you get used to that idea of managing your time properly while you're doing those sample exams. And there's tips and tricks really for any certification, or even just for learning more about SolidWorks. So if you're ever looking to get your certified SolidWorks professional recognition, your certification, this class is going to make sure that you get through it on the very first try. And that's what we want. We want to help you get through it right away. First try. First try. I'd say one of the first people who finished that class and right away went on and took his CSWP and passed it on the first try. You can see him in the chat there saying that course is amazing. Thank you, I'd say. Thank you. So kind. So kind. Glad that you enjoyed it. And it is a good class. I agree with you. Totally unbiased. It's awesome. LCR Bricktech says, I like the assembly part of this. Nice. Nice. And the leaderboard is now updated for 2025. We have Jim U and Aaron C on the leaderboard, each earning 1 point. And guys, let's do a bonus point here for this challenge that we have posted today. So here's the bonus point. So what we do is, we're going to talk about this in a minute. Every week we post a challenge based on somebody who's signed up for the Buy Me a Coffee level of YouTube membership. So Liam P signed up. He signed up for the join on the YouTube channel. He signed up for the Buy Me a Coffee, and I could not find anything about Liam. Usually I can find something about the user, or I know something about the user. I do a little bit of sleuthing. I can find something about the user, but I could not find anything about Liam P. Could not find anything. His history is a mystery, as they say. So for one additional bonus point, and I'm writing it down now so that I don't forget, and so I make sure that I give you that bonus point. The first person who answers this question will earn this bonus point. And so the question is, what is this box for? Now, that's all I'm going to say. I have given you clues to help you answer this. The question is, what is this box for? And if anyone can answer that correctly, before the end of the live stream, I will answer it at the end of the live stream, but I'll give you to the end of the live stream. The first person to answer it correctly will get the bonus point. And what I'll do, Aaron C, is you can guess multiple times. However, I'm going to only accept your last answer. So if you answer 50 different things and the 25th thing was correct, well, that's not going to help you. I'm only going to allow for your final answer. So I've given you some clues on this. Not going to say any more. Going to let you guys look at it, and if anybody recognizes it, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else, okay? It's a bonus point. I'm not going to just give it away. It's for an actual bonus point. Because, you know, these points here on the TooTallToby leaderboard, they can help you earn something. They helped Aaron C earn a prize. Aaron C was our big winner from last year, from 2024. And for that championship, he earned a prize of 1 full year of Practice Models Premium. So congratulations to Aaron C for earning that prize. And I wanted to announce another prize here. I wanted to do another giveaway of 1 full year of Practice Models Premium. This one is going to go to none other than our 2024 World Champion of 3D CAD Speed Modeling. And that is, of course, Rambros. So Rambros is in the chat today. We're going to be reaching out to you, Rambros, to make sure that we get you this 1 year of Practice Models Premium. As you guys know, we are still in the very beginning of this run of Practice Models Premium. And so we're working out some of the mechanics in the background so that we can do more with giveaways and with gifts and things like that. We got all kinds of cool stuff on the horizon. But one of the things we've been trying to figure out is what is the best way to help what is the best way to give away these prizes to recognize people. And certainly one of those subsets of people that we're going to recognize is people who have won the open tournaments in the past. So whether that's World Championship or the Spring Open, all these previous tournaments, we're going to be going through and recognizing all of our previous tournament champions. But Rambros, congratulations. That is awesome. It's good to see you here in the chat. I'm glad you're here today so we can recognize you for this. And if you happen to also be in the chat and happen to also be a former world champion, just hold tight because we got more things coming, more announcements coming. But Rambers, we're gonna reach out to you, make sure that we take care of you. You know, you definitely earned it. So our 2024 World Champion of 3D CAD Speed Modeling, Rambros, also earns 1 year of Practice Models Premium. And congratulations, Rambros, and we will reach out to you. And that was awesome. It was so awesome to watch Rambros in this tournament. He had a very difficult run and managed to cut through all the way to the championship. Epic championship match with Chris Bico. Really fun to watch that tournament. And if you haven't had a chance to watch it, go back. It's still on the YouTube channel. All right, guys, and what are we talking about for Practice Models? We're talking about the app that we just went and looked at. It's got a community scoreboard. The community scoreboard lets you see how many people have, who has completed all of the models. Every time you complete one of those challenges correctly, you earn a point on this community scoreboard. You can see we've got ONSHAPE users, SolidWorks users, FreeCAD users, Inventor users, Fusion 360 users. We got users from Libre, from IronCAD, Rhino. We got users from all over the spectrum of the world of 3D CAD. So really, really cool here. To see all these different users. Don't forget, on a lot of these challenges, there's a link right to the tutorial. So if you get stuck, you can do the tutorial. You can see how many people have completed it. Once you finish the model, you can see how fast you finished it, what the average time is for the model. And there's even a try again function. So if you get done with a challenge and your time was a little bit slow, you can hit try again and you can go through and do it again and get a faster and faster time. We're just going through and updating the personal analytics. So the next thing that you're going to see here is that on your own personal analytics, you can sort by tier level. So maybe this is like all the entries in your tier 3 category. And then you can overlay a trend line so you can see how you're getting better over time every time you do a tier 3 challenge. So that's just about to be released, that new trend line functionality, so that you can go back and you can look and you can actually see how over time you're getting better and better at doing similarly complex challenges. So we got all kinds of good stuff on the horizon for the Practice Models app. Huge shout out to our web dev, Bodie McBoatpants, for continuing to roll out these enhancements, successfully roll out these enhancements. You guys know Bodie. He's always in the Discord hanging out, answering questions. So if you ever have questions about what we're doing, he's a great resource to ask. So remember, check it out, TooTallToby.com/practice. It's got a built-in clock, tiered level difficulty. There's a leaderboard. You can track your progress, and mobile friendly? Sure. All right, guys, and don't forget to check out the Discord. We are all very active on there. That's it for the news for now. Don't forget to hit the like button. How are we doing with our like ratio? Did we get it up to 1-to-1? We got 42 people watching. 42 is the answer to everything. We got 27 likes. Let's see what we can do to get those likes up to 42 as well. Hit that like button. And this first challenge, again, came from our friend Liam P., who joined the channel. I don't really know anything about him. He is an absolute mystery to me. But Liam P. joined the channel, and so we wanted to make a challenge that was dedicated to him. And the way that this works is if you hit the join button and you say, buy me a cup of coffee, you support the channel, you get custom emojis, you get a personal practice model, and who knows, maybe there's more to come for those users who have joined the channel. And so what we've had so far is we've had Rich Penn. Here you can see Rich Penn, a $sign and a pen. We've had Bob, Dom, Min Watex, Fully Defined, Aaron C, Victor K, PC Arduino, yup, that's me, Blue Byte Systems, RayR, and now, whoops, pause that on the way through. And now Liam P has joined with this box. Don't forget, if you can answer in the chat what that box is for, then you will earn 1 bonus point on that Model Monday Live leaderboard. And who knows who's next? We'll find out. Maybe you could be next on this list to get a personalized practice model. And so we are going to now find out who was the correct person to answer the mass of this part. I saw these answers coming in right away. It was amazing how fast the answers started coming in. Victor K, 2127. Aaron C, 2075. Aaron C revising, 2127. We got Rambros Workshop, 2091. AMO Alex, 2105. Rambros Workshop revising to 2127. AMO Alex revising to 2142. I like it. Robin, 2143. Metab, 2374. Nice. Metab revising 2170. We'll call it 2180. PC Arduino 2143. Metab 2163. Remember, you can answer as many times as you want. We just accept the final answer. We've got Paragene coming in here 2127. AMO Alex 2127. Oh, I like seeing this consistency. I always like it when we get this convergence. LCR Brick Tech 2127. Metab 2127. I like it. Elliot Cruz, 2127. Very nice. And let's continue on here. Tom Dunn, 2095. I like it. Okay, and what is the box for? It's for D&D dice. Multiple guesses are allowed. I don't think I've seen the answer yet. If I see the answer, I'll tell you guys. Okay, I'll just rip it off once I see it. I'll let you guys know. And let's see here. Tom Dunn, 2075. I think I got everybody's answer who came into that list. Guys, the correct answer to this challenge is 2127 plus or minus 2 grams. So it was none other than Victor K, our former world champion. So GG Victor K, congratulations. Well done. You've earned your first point on the TooTallToby Model Monday Live leaderboard. Congratulations and well done. Well deserved. Mason Make says maybe it's a box for Pinewood Derby cars. Well, it could be, but it's not. All right, guys, let's do another challenge here. Every Monday we do 2 challenges for the chat. 2 points are up for grabs, and the first point goes to Victor K. Who's going to earn the second point? Here we go. Let's flip over to full screen, and this Model Monday Live challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part? Now, we saw this part in a tournament a couple of years back. We almost saw it in the High School Heroes tournament, but I decided to shift things around a little bit. So Corey is going to have a little advantage. He got to see a little preview of this part ahead of time. Going to have a little bit of an advantage in this run. Yes, that is true. Aaron C says, Victor K is so unbothered by speed modeling that he had the spare mental capacity to realize the whole thing is just a closed box. That's exactly right. You can just model it up as a closed box, hit shell, don't select any faces, and boom, you got yourself a hollow box, 12 millimeter walls. And that is a fast way of modeling and an Ivan exploit, a very clever Ivan exploit. Guys, what is the mass of this part in XXX grams? Tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. Material is ABS. Density is 1020 kilograms per cubic meter. This is a tier 3 part, and it's called flange insert, 25-01-23, flange insert. This part, it's going to, the location of those holes, it's going to be a little bit more important. You're not going to be able to get away with an Ivan exploit as much because the lower surface is not parallel to the upper surface. So sometimes we can use the Ivan exploit, sometimes we cannot. All right, guys, good luck on this model. Take a screen capture because we are going to move on with the presentation. I'm going to take another sip of my tasty beverage. And let's continue on here with today's presentation. I hope you had enough time to grab a screen capture of that. This is a very fun model, a little bit of an older model. We have seen this one in the tournaments before, not exactly this one. We always change them up. If we ever reuse a model, we always change it up a little bit. It's kind of fun. It was kind of fun to draw this one because this distance here, from here to here, is not diameter 50 because of this little notch here. So when you go to put this into the drawing, I tried to throw a dimension on there, and then it was like 49.xxx whatever it was because that little notch kind of messed me up. So I had to put that 50 dimension over here on this view, which made it a little bit fun, a little bit when you're going through and you're modeling it, you're like, wait, why is that not 50? You try to make the drawing. So kind of a fun one here. See what happens. We'll see who comes up with the correct answer to this one. We'll see if anybody's able to answer the trivia question for the bonus point. Trivia question is, what is this box used for? And the only clue is that I have no idea. I don't know anything about this guy, Liam. I don't know anything about him. Wow, Aaron C coming in with an answer. Rambros coming in there. Gray coming in with an answer. Victor K coming in with an answer. Wow. These guys are getting hungry. We're gonna have to have another tournament here soon. Everybody's coming in with an answer. I like it. All right, guys, let's do a little bit of OnShape 3D modeling. This is kind of a fun model here. This is going to be our OnShape Live Solve for today's episode of Model Monday Live. Today is January 13th. We're going to do a live solve using OnShape, and we're going to try to model up this part here. Now, the initial game plan for this part here is pretty straightforward. We're going to come in here. We're going to create a revolve shape. Maybe we'll create this shape here at first, revolve this, something like this. And then we'll go back and we'll revolve this shape over here. And then we would create the bridge here between these two. And then we would add this pocket. The thing that made this part really exciting last week is that we were getting some very different answers. And some of our regulars on the show were coming up with different answers, very different answers, and not the correct answer. And so there was, there was maybe some concern that maybe I had a dimension wrong. Like this dimension here is definitely a little bit funky, this 18 dimension. You can see I've got this 18 and then there's this 45 degrees. So like, is it 18 to the flat and then it goes down 45? Well, it is 18 to the flat. And we did try to clarify that down here with this 19 dimension. So hopefully that would help people if they did make that dimension wrong and came up with the wrong number. But that was not the issue with this part. The issue with this part actually had to do with this pocket up here. And it was Rambros in the Discord chat who discovered this. And you can see that what's happening here is that this arc, which is set to offset at 5 millimeters typical, just continues on all the way around here. And really what should have happened is where this radius on the outside here stops and becomes a straight transition, that should have been offset as well. And then that should have led into that tangent arc. So this is something that was a mistake on my part. you know, as the person who creates all these drawings. But it was still solvable. We still did end up coming in with an answer. We did end up seeing an correct answer from none other than Jim Yu, a regular on Model Monday Live. So it is still solvable. So I'm going to solve it the wrong way, and then I'll solve it the right way. And we're going to try and do all that in the next 10 minutes. It's going to be a little bit of a speed run here, but I hope you guys enjoy this. So let's get into it with this episode of Model Monday Live Solve using ONSHAPE. So let me flip over here so my keyboard is visible so that you guys can all see the keyboard shortcuts that I use during this run. And let's get into it here. We're going to say create document 25-01-20 space-RayR. I am putting this in the ONSHAPE public document. So if you're using ONSHAPE and you ever want to search for this document, you can just search for public here, and then that public document will show up. So I'm going to say create public document. And let's get into here. Maybe I'll bring up the chat here as well, just in case I happen to see anything I want to reference in the chat. Metab says, now I can see the Ivan exploit. It's like everyone can see the Ivan exploit. All right, and we're going to go here to our top plane, begin a sketch, orient the view. We're going to stick with our game plan, which is to create a revolve shape of that first shape first. So that first shape has a diameter here of 9. So this distance is going to be 9/4 to revolve around, 9/2. Oops, 9/2 to revolve around that with a radius. Or we're going to come over in this direction. This first little nub section here is at 17 millimeters. So using auto dimensioning, definitely going to be a nice time saver. We'll come over in this direction to 18. And that's where the beginning of that 45-degree kind of downward section begins. We're going to come over in this direction. Then we're going to come back out here. Looks like this area here has a radius of 18. We're going to come over. We're going to come down in this direction. And then we're going to come over and then down. And this is... oftentimes, this is what you do when you're working in 3D CAD. You kind of drop in a couple of dimensions, you leave the rest of it loose. You're going to go back in after the fact and add in those final dimensions. So here what I'm going to do is draw a line off of that endpoint. I'm going to press Q and just drop that line in right here. And then what I can do is I can use the dimension command from that center line. And when you're doing this type of a dimension, you can cross over that center line to get a double dimension. I just posted a video this morning called ONSHAPE Revolve. And in that video, I talk a lot about this. So if you're an ONSHAPE user, be sure to check out that video as well. If you're just getting used to creating turned parts or revolved parts, this is a really handy way of making sure that you're getting the correct dimensions. So this dimension here to that center line, cross over that center line. This one's going to be 16. This dimension here to that center line, cross over that center line. This dimension here is going to be 18. And this dimension here to that center line, cross over that center line, and this is going to be a dimension of 6. And then I'm going to be able to get in here and add the remaining dimensions to this thing. So from this larger section here to this this end of that transitional section is 47. And then sometimes what you do is you hit escape, and then you just kind of manipulate the sketch by dragging just to get things back in place. And then you get back into your dimension command, another very common workflow in CAD. You'll sometimes, you'll start dimensioning, your sketch gets kind of tangled up, and so you just hit escape to get out of it, and that way you can untangle it and then get back into your dimensioning field. So then the final dimension is going to be this guy here, which is at 45. And there we go. The whole sketch is black. That means you have what's called a fully constrained or a fully defined sketch. That's what your first sketch should look like if you're following along with as a tutorial. That's what you want your first sketch to look like. You could, of course, delete this dimension, the 4.5, and then go in and add another smart dimension here from this line to here, cross over, and that way you get that 9 millimeters to match the drawing. If you're, if you ever need to double check your dimensions, it's good to kind of match up with the drawing. But that's what your first sketch should look like. And then you can launch this command up here, your revolve command. And from the revolve command, you can choose this revolve axis, and look at that. So in the revolve command, what you do is you pick two things. You pick the geometry that's going to be revolved, which in this case was just the entire sketch. And then you're going to pick the edge that you're going to revolve about, or the axis you're going to revolve about. So I just picked the center line here. Could also pick the solid line if I wanted to, but there you go. There's your first feature. And so then I'm going to create my second feature with another sketch on the top plane. Now, if you wanted to, you could include all this information in one single sketch. I just chose to break it up because I like to keep my sketches simple. So just a personal preference here. I like to keep my sketches nice and simple. So now the second sketch here, you know, I felt like it might be a little bit too cumbersome to have all that information in one sketch. Now we can see here that this line is not vertical. We can see here that this line is not horizontal. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have to go into the sketch after the fact, pick on that entity, and then choose to add a relationship. Something that's kind of nice about OnShape is that it shows you over here what all the shortcuts are for the relationships. So I was teaching my son how to use OnShape, and after he did midpoint once, the next time he had to do it, he was just like Shift M. And I was like, how do you know that? How do you already know that? And he just said, I saw it last time. He just happened to notice it over here and then wanted to start using that right away. So vertical, horizontal, I use these a lot. H for horizontal, V for vertical. So I'll just pick on this line, press H, pick on this line, press V, press the S key, launch the line command again, come over here and I'll press Q to jump into that line command. And then I will go back to my S key and pick this line here, and then cross up to the top. And this is going to be at a diameter of 18. This one here, I'm going to go to here. This one, whoops. See, sometimes that happens too. The sketch gets it tries to kind of scale everything to that first dimension so that things don't get all tangled up. But sometimes they end up getting tangled up anyway. So you just kind of hit escape, untangle everything, get back into the dimension command, and then you can lock the rest of your geometry down. You just take your time. So dimension, this line. See there, I think what happened there was I think I picked the point instead of the line. So I'm going to hit escape here. I'm just going to try it again. Click the line, click the line. There we go. Common mistake, common mistake. Sometimes if you make a common mistake, you just hit escape and try again. Sometimes you delete it and repair it, add the relationships again. Sometimes you just kind of remove it and then just try it again. So this one is going to be 6. And then there's going to be a distance here from this kind of larger flat edge to this kind of larger flat edge, 60. This dimension here is going to be 16, and this dimension here is going to be 5. So that's what your second sketch could look like. And then you could choose to revolve that as well. Again, you're taking the region of this sketch and you're going to revolve it about this line here. So now you've got 2 separate bodies in this model. And now we're going to do what's commonly referred to as a bridging application. We're going to bridge these 2 sections together. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to go top plane, S key, begin a sketch, S key, line, start out with a line kind of in this area. If you show that underlying sketch, you might be able to more easily reference some of that underlying geometry. So S key, sketch. Now see, now I can actually reference this point. So start here at this point, move my line down here, single click. I'm going to type in 12, enter, a line that kind of comes out at an angle here. The angle is going to be 60 degrees. I'm going to come back and just put my mouse over that endpoint, which lets me transition from a line to a tangent arc. And then I'm going to single click and I'm going to type in 35 for that radius. Come over this way, single click, come back, touch the endpoint, come over this way. This one is going to be a radius of 35 as well. Come down this way with a line that's going to be vertical. Single click. And then here what I'll do is I'll just hit escape, and that way I can kind of take stock of what's going on. Like this line here, V, vertical. Make that line vertical. Pick this line and this arc and press T for tangent. Make sure that those 2 are tangent. Kind of shift this over a little bit, and then I could pick this point and this line and press I for coincident. And I can pick this line and this point, press I for coincident. So you can kind of mix and match between adding your dimensions, fully constraining everything, going back in, adding relationships, adding additional geometry to your sketch. All these things can be mixed and matched as you're going through your workflow. It's not like you have to do all your lines first and then do all your dimensions and then do all your relationships. It's going to be much more efficient to kind of mix and match and do a little bit of everything as needed, kind of be flexible there. So now we're going to create the internal perimeter. So this is going to come back, touch this endpoint. This one's going to come up and around with a radius of 20. Come over this way, single click, move back over the endpoint, move back this way, come around. This one's going to have a radius of 20 as well. And then we're going to come up here to this original line, come over. Then we can hit escape. This line and this point, I for coincident. This line and this arc, T for tangent, makes those 2 sketch entities tangent to one another. These look like they're already tangent. Yep, they're already tangent. This one only has tangency in the one direction. Yep, so this line, this arc, this line, T for tangent, get those locked in. And then as you continue adding dimensions, what you're looking to see is that geometry to all go black. So the distance here to this internal line is a distance of 30. Now that internal geometry is all nice and black. The distance from here to the center line of the model is going to be a distance of 65. Okay, so whoops, what happened there? That's kind of a weird result, right? What happened there exactly? Well, it looks like maybe this line here is not horizontal. So let's click on that line and press H. Oh, and looks like I actually made that 65 degrees by accident because it wasn't horizontal. So let me delete that 65 degrees and let's move this over a little. See, look at that. It's not horizontal. And I accidentally, instead of making that 65 millimeters, I made that 65 degrees. Well, that's okay. Just delete the 65. Just click on it and press delete. Pick this line here and press H, and then jump back into your dimension command and try it again. You know, when we make mistakes, it's okay. It's all about, you know, learning how to get out of those mistakes. So if you're ever doing these practice models, you can, you know, you could always go back and just keep practicing and try to practice repairing your mistakes instead of just like deleting and going all the way back to the beginning. Say to yourself, you know, if I click on this line here and I make this line vertical, if I press V for vertical, now it says the sketch could not be solved. Now, why is that? Why can the sketch not be solved? Well, this line can't be horizontal and vertical. So now what I could do is I could click on one of these relationships, like I could click on vertical here, and then I can press delete. And okay, there we go. That cleaned up the sketch. Well, that's going to be really helpful to know in the real world. So when you're doing these practice models, if you make a mistake, you know, don't right away delete everything and start over. Try to repair that mistake. Try to learn how to repair and how to investigate your sketch relationships, because that's what's really going to help you in the long run, learning how to kind of get out of a jam when a mistake is made. So here I'm going to go S key, dimension, create a dimension here between these two entities, and that's going to be 160, enter. And look at that sketch, nice and black, fully constrained. So that means I can now press the S key, jump into the extrude command, and I can say this is going to be an extrusion that's going to go out to a depth of 8 millimeters, and it's going to be a mid-plane or a symmetric extrusion. And I'm going to choose to merge this to all the earlier bodies. So instead of this being a new body or a new part down here, this is going to be added to the existing parts. And I'm going to say I want to merge that with everything. So I could say merge it to this part and merge it to this part, pick them individually. Or I could just hit this check mark and say merge to everything. So I hit that check mark and, oh yeah, that is looking good. So now we're down to kind of the final phase of this thing, which is to pick this face, begin a sketch, get normal to, and then take this geometry and offset this geometry. So I'm going to take this line, or this arc, this line, and this arc, and offset. And that offset is going to be at 5 millimeters. So 5 millimeters. And then I'm going to take this, and this, and I'm going to choose offset. And that is going to be at 5 millimeters as well. We're going to offset that to the inside. And then I'm going to create a line, and I'll make this a construction line. So I'll press Q here. And that line is going to have a distance dimension of 18 millimeters from the center line. Now, what we're going to use this line for is to lock down an arc at the corner of these two offset entities here. So what I mean by that is we're going to go to this tangent arc command, and we're going to create a tangent arc here off of this arc connecting to this arc here, and a tangent arc here off of this arc connecting to this arc here. Now, currently, it's only tangent on one side. So now what I have to do is hit escape, pick this arc, and press T for tangent, pick this arc, and press T for tangent. And then what I can do is I can pick this construction line here and this arc and press T, and I can pick this construction line here and this arc and press T, and that locks them all in. Now here's where we see where Toby made a mistake, because now this offset distance is really no longer 5 millimeters. It's more than 5 millimeters there. Really what should happen is this should come off straight, and then it should connect here and run around in that arc. But I made a mistake on the drawing last week, and that happens sometimes. And so now what we can do is we can take that region, that geometry, and we can choose to extrude, remove, and this is going to remove to a depth of 3 millimeters for that pocket. And then I can take that feature and I can just mirror it across the top plane. So this is going to be a feature mirror, and the feature is going to be this feature here, and then the mirror plane is going to be the top plane. So we're going to take that feature, mirror it down below, and we hit the green check mark. And now all that's left to do is just add our material. So right mouse button, assign material. And this material is going to be from the TTT custom library. and it's going to be ABS. And we hit the green check mark. And now down here in the corner, there's a little mass properties option. So we'll click that mass properties, pick on that part, and the answer is 36.938, 36.938 or 36.94 grams. So 36.94 grams. Let's see what happens. 36.94 grams. And now if we go back to our presentation, bring this over here. What was the correct answer? The correct answer for this thing was 36.94. Yes, we did it. We got it correct. 36.94 grams. However, if you go back to last week and you watch last week's presentation, you'll see here, I'm just scrolling back and forth in the PowerPoint. So this is like Toby correct, and then this is like actually correct here. So you'll notice if I scroll back and forth, particularly if you watch this region right here, you'll see how it changes. So there's Toby correct, and then here's actually correct. Toby correct, actually correct. You can see here that the actually correct number is 36.895 grams. And we saw a lot of people answering with that answer last week. You know, really, if I had caught that error beforehand, then that would have been the correct answer. But, you know, Jim Yu was able to follow through, was able to kind of see, it's almost like he had like an eagle eye and was able to see that the distance was growing here. And so ultimately he got it correct and earned that point. Probably the hardest earned point of the year on Model Monday Live. So huge shout out to Jim Yu for getting that one right. I haven't seen him in here in the chat today, but he really did awesome on that one. So with that, we are going to move on now to our challenge here for you guys. But if you guys like that live solve, hit the like button on this video. Leave me a comment down below if you learned anything. And yes, Rambros Workshop says GG. Yes, indeed. GG to Jim. That was awesome last week. All right, guys, we're going to come into our final answer here now. The answer on the one that you guys were working on, answer number 2. Don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share and reshare, and of course, join us over on Practice Models. Jim Yu is here. Sketch It with drawing in the background and had problems locking it down. That was his trick. Nice. Guys, I just want to remind you again, a great way to support the channel, a win-win-win for everybody. Take some training with Toby. February 2025, we're going to be running the sheet metal class again. That's training with me over a web meeting. So it's a live training in the sense that you get to ask questions, you get help with your challenges, you get training files to download, you get a training manual to work from. So check it out, TooTallToby.com/training for more information on the dates for that class. And so for this, the final challenge of the day, in this episode of Model Monday Live, we had a lot of people answering this. Some good answers coming in. The first answer looks like it comes in from Aaron C, 211 grams. Rambros Workshop, 211. Gray, 211. Victor K, 211. AMO Alex, 211. Robin, 211. Methab, 211. Paragene, 211. Tom Dunn, 211. PC Arduino, 211. LCR BrickTech, 218. Oh, I like that. Griffer Duster MC, what's up? Welcome to the channel. 211 grams. LCR BrickTech Revising Jim Yu, 211 grams. Very nice, very nice. FPV Kev, 211. Rawls Scrap Metals, 148.3 grams. I like it, I like it. Elliot Cruz, 211. Very nice. And Tom Dunn coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Very much appreciate that super chat. That is awesome and very helpful. Help keep the doors open on the business and on the channel. Guys, the correct answer is 211 grams. So this second point of today's challenge is going to go to none other than Aaron C. Well done, my friend, earning your second point of the year. And I don't think that I saw anybody answer the bonus point question. So the bonus point question is the Enigma machine. The Enigma machine. This box was derived from the Enigma machine. If you look up the Enigma machine, you will see that it is almost always displayed in this format with the front panel opened up and the Enigma machine on the inside. I didn't know anything about Liam P, so I looked up mystery 3D model, and the Enigma machine was one of the first things that came up. And so the Enigma machine from World War II, the code cracking machine, was almost always displayed in a box like this with the lid open and the front panel flipped open so you could get to the typing section of that machine. I don't think anybody answered it correctly, but if you did answer it correctly, put a note in the chat. That'll save me having to look through this a little bit later. And yes, indeed, the Enigma machine is indeed what it was. Congratulations. Thank you so much to Victor K for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Glad you guys are enjoying these episodes of Model Monday Live. Thank you so much to Aaron C for the super chat. Thank you to everyone. And guys, great MML today. Yes, thank you. Goodbye, PC Arduino. Have fun teaching your class, and we will be in touch about your upcoming tournament. I'm very excited for the tournament this week, too. Those matches last week were awesome. Guys, congrats to our winners today, to Victor K and Aaron C. Well done. Thank you so much to you, the most amazing chat ever. What a great way to start the week. Don't forget to join the party. Sign up for Practice Models Premium. Join the YouTube channel or take training with Toby. These are all great ways to support the channel. And we will be back next week, January 20th, for some more CAD vs. CAD modeling on Model Monday Live. But don't forget, between now and then, watch the tournament, January 17th. It's going to be epic. And try the Practice Models app. Sign up. Do some of the models in there. Sign up for Practice Models Premium if you really enjoy the app. And thank you all so much for joining me this Monday. This is such a great way to start the day, start the week, start the month, start the year. We're doing it all here. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Model Monday Live. I had a great time. Congratulations to all our winners. Really, congratulations to anybody who got through those models. Those are not easy models to do in just a short period of time. So if you were able to get in there and get through them, then good job, congratulations. And if you struggled getting through them, that's okay. That's why we have the Practice Models app to help you build your education of 3D CAD using any 3D CAD system. So I hope you guys are enjoying the app. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Hopefully, I will see you on Friday at the tournament. But if not, I'll look forward to seeing everybody next Monday. Have a great week, everybody.